We've all thought about pursuing our passion in life, maybe giving up the job that you've had and starting over. So this morning we've got the story of a local attorney who left his practice to pursue his love of cheese. Paige is in Granbury at Eagle Mountain Farmhouse Cheese to tell us more about one man's love affair. Hey, Paige.
Good morning to you and good morning, Texas. I don't know about you, but I am a huge cheese lover. This has got to be my biggest weakness. And I'm going to introduce you to another cheese lover who decided to do a change of life in order to pursue his passion. This is Dave Eagle. How are you,
Morning.
Dave?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Now, what is a nice, mild-mannered attorney doing making cheese?
Well, it's a passion that I've got that I've actually developed on many trips to Europe. And my last trip to Europe in 2008, I was stoked about making cheese. And I actually started researching it because I found out people in Texas, a few, were making cheese at the time.
And it is a really small circle of people, about 30. And the cool thing is, I have to say, this cheese is delicious. We're going to kind of take this walk backwards. Here's the final product, and it is yummy. But we're going to peel back the curtain a little bit, and we're going to show you what goes into the process of making cheese, because it is a multi-step process. So as we're rounding the corner here, one of the first things we're seeing is this vet. Tell me about this.
So we get milk in the morning from Sandy Creek Farm in Bridgeport. Milk is a huge component. It's pumped into this 400-gallon vat, and we make cheese. By the time we're through that day, we make cheese. We just recently made cheese, and we're over here now in the pressing phase of the cheese making.
Well, and what I think is particularly interesting is that you don't get to really define the schedule. It's really up to the cows, and the cows can have different schedules that are not necessarily on our clock.
That's correct. It's a seasonal issue with the cows. Some seasons they're making more milk, some seasons less milk.
All right, now then there's also some unique things that you do with the cheese. As the camera turns around, we're going to see this process that includes coffee grinds. Tell me more.
Okay, this is our Apache Buzz. It is a tone style cheese that is basically it's washed and then it's dipped into coffee grinds. And what happens on the rinds of these cheeses, their natural rind, affects what the flavor profiles are. So over time, that coffee actually smooths the cheese out and gives it a very unique flavor. It's also, for a cheese plate, for our chefs, they like the little color differentiation on the cheese plate.
So it's appealing to the eye, it's appealing to the palate. I have a big question for you. Do you eat the rind? Do you not eat the rind?
Eat the rind.
Eat the rind.
Yes,
eat the whole
ma'am.
thing. And look at this, and you can understand if you're on the fence about eating the rind or not. Woo! This is, my friends, some whiskey.
This is called our Drunken Monk, and this is a Trappist recipe that is a natural rind from all cheeses are recipes. And what he's doing is he's washing the rind with whiskey. Wow. Now what this will do over time, he'll wash it 3 times a week with this whiskey. Over time, that also affects the cheese in a different way.
Can I pack some of this up?
Yes, yeah, we'll see what we can do.
So this is where we are right now, but then a big part of the cheese is the aging process.
That's
We're going to
correct.
step back, let the camera go in front of us here, because that's where you're storing wheels and wheels of your finely crafted cheese. How many cheeses do you have here?
We've probably got 6,000 or 7,000 pounds of cheese in there.
Well, go on up a little closer, camera, so we can see what we're talking about. Because the other thing that I find particularly interesting is the different colors of the cheese, and that has to do with the age of the cheese.
If you, on your left, you're going to see that cheeses are, in front of you, these are younger cheeses that have been here less time. As you pan over to the right, you're going to see older cheeses from anywhere from 30 days old and younger, all the way to 3 years old.
We also want to mention, too, that you're working with local cows. This is locally produced. And not to brag too much, but my friend, this cheese is in some of these big players when it comes to restaurants around town.
That's correct. Our cheese is statewide. We're all over the state of Texas in high-end restaurants. All over the state. We've got a distributor in Houston. We've got a distributor in Austin.
Right.
And we self-distribute up here. And
the good news is that you can come to this shop as well.
That's right.
We've also got information that we have on your screen about the website. Dave, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you.